Hey, yo, this is SamAnt, and oh, God, make sure you go check out our podcast, the Hip Hop Uncensored Podcast, on radio.com. You've seen us on YouTube, over 800,000 subscribers strong. Now, if you want to listen to your brothers raw, real, uncut, and most importantly in full, go check us out on radio.com, where we bring you the latest news on all things hip-hop, sports, relationships, politics, you name it, we cover it. The most dangerous podcast out to date, the Hip Hop Uncensored Podcast. Check us out 4 days a week on the radio.com app. Let's go. Day long, I'm not saying that. But you cannot say he wasn't blackballed. The second he threw on those pig socks, the second he threw on that Castro shirt, it went beyond the fact that he was protesting. No, now he's angry black man. He's Nation of Islam. He's Black Panther. We don't want none of that shit.
Yeah, they don't want it.
Get it out.
Right.
And that's what they did. And nobody wants to say that. And people are talking about Goodell's body language and things like that. And Jay-Z, just to kind of bring it back to Irv's point, it looks like chess right here, man.
It's almost like, you know, America and the NFL are saying with their actions, like, we don't give a damn about your tyranny, the oppression that you're going through. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
We don't care. This is what they're saying with their actions. And it's like, you know, to banish a player, you know, for taking such a stance, we have to just look a little bit deeper and say, okay, the NFL pretty much is supporting police officers. They're supporting.
Get deep with it.
Yeah, they put that, because at the end of the day, I mean, you talk about, you know, not only them supporting the military and the contract that they had, but it was a time where they didn't have to really do the flag salute. That was something that was implemented because I was hearing that the military, you know, I don't want to get it wrong, you know, paid or something like that.
Start putting money to it.
Yeah, started putting money to that so they can get more recruitment, you know what I mean, using the NFL's platform. So that's one thing, but it's just like, you know, you got the cops, you know, you see you talk about the Jets and the Giants games, New Jersey State Troopers, you know, every state, those, you know, arenas employ cops. And some of the times these same cops, and what made me really look at this a whole nother way, I was looking at Meek Mill's documentary, some of it on Netflix, and they threw a stat on the screen and they said that 99% of police officers get away with killing somebody. So that's a serious problem. When you could lay the facts out of a case like Eric Garner, which the cop was this, you know what I mean, fired, Daniel Pantaleon, I think his name was. And that's a problem when you got situations where people pull out wallets or, you know what I mean, they were unarmed and they're killed and these cops are getting off. And then you say, this is America, you know, it's supposed to stand for so-and-so. And you want these players to salute this flag and endorse this, and when they don't, you say, sit your ass down, and if you keep doing it, we're going to find you. And if you keep doing it, you'll never ever play in this league again. This is the stance that the NFL took. Now, Jay-Z, I don't know what the hell Jay-Z's going to do, but the reason why I kind of agree with Irv Gotti is because you come in and nowhere beside Jay-Z is Colin Kaepernick in this. He takes the, you know, the coward role and say, I'm not his boss. He's in there, he's fumbling, he's bumbling, and people see right through him. Ooh. But it's just like we're here at this crux, and you don't have Kaepernick. You should have had Kaepernick with you because Kaepernick he brought attention to police brutality. Now, I don't know what Jay-Z's going to do. None of us knows what Jay-Z's going to do, but my question will be, you know, to you and everybody else, do you think the NFL is even the right platform to even start with addressing police brutality? How do you feel about that?
If you're Jay-Z, no.
Right.
No. But I'm not going to give criticism because I'm not going to give criticism to Jay-Z just because of that, because he is doing things with Meek Mill. He was one of the reasons why that documentary got out. That's to be saluted. He helped 21 Savage. Yeah. He is out here helping and doing things for black people where we need to look ourselves in the mirror and question ourselves and say, hey, we can do more as well individually before we give criticism. But in regards to the NFL, it's a very questionable move. We talked about it with Jermaine Dupri yesterday, offered the same agreement as Jay-Z was, turned it down a lot because of what Jay-Z was promoting. Now we got to ride with Kaepernick. Nah, this is fucked up. You don't need, we don't need, or you don't, I don't need you, you need me. It's like, nah, we're not going to ride for it. And then 7-8 months later, now all of a sudden he's sitting in the seat and he's sitting side by side with Roger Goodell, basically saying, nah, this ain't about Colin Kaepernick no more. Thanks, Colin. I agree with y'all, but nah, this ain't about him no more. This is deeper. Okay, cool. Then how deep is it? And what are you going to do in order to get it there to now move in action? Because you said kneeling. Okay, that was crawling. Now we're beginning to walk. Where are we walking? Where are we walking to?
Right. And what's the actionable? And kneeling is actionable. I don't know why he think that wasn't actionable. I made the NFL take action. Now you mean to tell me, you know, even owning a football team, that's one thing. You mean to tell me that is action that you're going to be doing the Super Bowl halftime show?
It was action enough, oh God, for them to get Jay-Z to distract us enough and get the whole community behind him to now where Kaepernick is the demon. And I'm not saying he's a saint because we don't know what the money was about, but now he's the ultimate demon. And now we're on a better path. Now all is forgiven. Now we don't have to worry about the NFL. Now we can all go back to going to the games, watching football comfortably, and rooting for our teams, making them money.
Right.
That's all they cared about. Money was being taken out their wallets. Motherfuckers wasn't showing up anymore.
That's a fact.
And it wasn't just blacks. It was woke white folk. It was woke Spanish folk. It was woke Asian folk. They were like, nah, my friend is out here getting murdered. My friend has to worry about driving home because he may get murdered.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm cool with his kids and I'm cool with his wife. Nah, this isn't right. Okay, finally. Not all, but some people are really feeling this way. So the NFL seen a big hit in their money, see the big hit in their profit. What can we do to get back the black vote? During election year, let's bring in the first hip hop black billionaire. Let's bring in one of the greatest rappers of all time. Let's bring in the man just shortly removed from getting Meek Mill free, just getting 21 Savage free. Right. Let's go get Hove.
Right.
Being the capitalist that he was, he said, yeah, man, this makes sense. Let's rock.
Right.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So it's looking like to me right
now. Funny. But that'll lead into the next Jay Prince, which I think that was crazy though, Sam, man, the Jay Prince situation.
Yeah, we both saw it. We both saw it, right? And I'm trying to get it up right now. I got it on my phone. All right, I got it right here.
Remember Rick Ross said, forget your name, call you Uncle Tom.
Oh, man.
Go ahead.
So it said Jay-Z is not a sellout. It said it right under in the video. And then underneath, Jay Prince said this: Jay-Z is not a sellout. I've known this brother for years, and being a sellout is something I've never witnessed in all the years I've known him. It's important that for us as people to not automatically go in hate mode before getting some overstanding beyond the understanding that you already have. I've interacted with Kaepernick personally and respect the kneel that he took for the cause of injustice. Anybody disrespecting this brother lacks the overstanding of the beginning of the movement. We all know as babies and as adults, we had to crawl before we walk. So to power phrase Jay-Z, the kneeling was good. Now it's time to walk and eventually we shall run. I guess to sum this up, all I'm saying is don't become one of those who hates out of ignorance or hates just because another brother is prospering. I congratulate the homie Jay-Z and can't wait to witness the work he puts in. Oh God, it looks like you're really ready to go in. I wanted to talk first, but you go.
No. I don't like it. Nah, Sam, man, do your thing. I don't like it though. I'm not liking it, but I'll let you go first.
This is my thing, man. I see where Jay Prince is coming from. Jay Prince is coming from, he wants to see Jay-Z succeed. So do we all.
So do we. Yeah.
We all do. It's not hate that we don't understand how you sitting there with Roger Goodell talking about social injustice and all we have now to go on is a halftime show. That's it. That's not us being overly critical. That's the facts. All we got right now is a halftime show, unless anybody could tell us more.
Right.
And I think that that's all anybody has. So Jay Prince, is just trying to go out there, put on a good face for Jay-Z and just make sure we know to just be patient, but doesn't have any idea what to think either.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I said I didn't like it, because he didn't give a lot of, you know what I mean, like concrete like points to say, oh, he said he's just not a sellout, but he didn't say, okay, this and this, because he don't know.
Nobody knows.
And the biggest thing for the NFL would have been to do for social injustice, to kick it right off, is give Colin Kaepernick his fucking job back. That would have been the best start of them wanting to show any gesture about them doing anything and saying, you know what? But for that, they would have to admit that, you know, it was a blackball situation, which they really don't want to admit. But it's a situation where the NFL, that's the first thing they should do. And then we'll say, okay, maybe they're moving somewhere. But the fact that you got Jay-Z coming in and say it was never about a job. It was about the job as soon as they fucking fired him and blackballed him for him going against police brutality and using his platform to protest it. It became about the job as well at that point. You can't just say it ain't about the job. He wants to play football again. He wants to play in the NFL again. He's putting out workout videos and whatnot. So That's what makes Jay-Z looks a little suspect. Don't shoot Colin Kaepernick down. Don't try to say, oh, I couldn't get him here. You fucking Jay-Z. What you mean you can't get him here? You're Jay-Z. So they're going to listen to you, especially you like, you know what, Cap, you know, we see I've been talking, you know, I got communication with the NFL. You know, we want to, you know, they want to get you back into the league. We got, you know, so-and-so, you know what I mean? But again, these are private businesses. These are private owners. And regardless of what the, you know, the NFL says or Roger Goodell, they could be like, man, we ain't fucking with that nigga.
Oh, God, we talked about this yesterday. I've kind of brought it up, but I want to officially ask you this. Are Roger Goodell in the NFL, Jay-Z, Colin Kaepernick, even Eric Reed to a certain degree, all players, all parties involved with this, paid and known to just stay quiet? Does Colin Kaepernick know he's blackballed? Does Eric Reed know Colin Kaepernick's blackballed? And that's why he gives you some of the resistance. Does Jay-Z know? Does everybody know? And everyone's paid to just shut up and be quiet. What's Colin Kaepernick's payout? A piece of that, in your opinion, part of that being to shut the fuck up and don't say anything. You won't play ever again. I
think he has to be a little strategic, especially making public statements. He has put little things out, you know, on Twitter, you know what I mean? I guess saying I'll continue to protest, continue to kneel, going at, you know, pretty much saying it to Eric Reed and others who can continue to do it. But maybe I would love, and I think the people, you know, this should be like an official press conference. Like, what do you think about, you know, Jay-Z, you know, purchasing the team, and what do you think about, you know, you not getting a job? This should be an official statement. They should have a press conference on this. But I don't know, man. I don't want to throw anything on anybody to say this is they're in collusion, you know, to say that, or he took a payoff just to keep, you know, to keep quiet. I would never want to say that about the brother. But the more time goes on, it's just like, yo, where you at, Cap? We want to know, because if maybe you and Jay-Z, I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe it's a master plan. Everybody keeps talking about, oh, when Jay gets the team, you're going to bring Cap back and that. And I don't know about the situation, but I can't go on record to say that they're all in collusion. They took a payoff to shut up. But it can start to look like that after a while if they don't speak up officially on record.
I think that rumor that Jay-Z will bring in Colin Kaepernick is absolutely crazy. You'd have to go own a team first, which how many years that's going to take, who knows? Very near future, don't mean tomorrow. And two, Colin Kaepernick would have to be ready if everything's not going on. I tend to believe, or tend to go along the lines with you. A part of me wants to go, yeah, Colin Kaepernick has done enough. I can only imagine how much courage it took to go out there and kneel city to city, dealing with what you dealt with, dealing with being blackballed, just the shit that you probably had to deal with. Like I said, you deserve to go down in history with Ali and our other martyrs, Jim Brown and things like that, as one of the greatest athlete spokespeople for Black social injustice ever.
Facts.
You put it right on the front line, and you've lost your job for it. But I have to question now the silence on the other half. It's like, now you are that spokesperson. So is now the time to go into hiding, or do we need to see you more? How far now, Colin Kaepernick, are you going to take this? Because you have everybody's attention, and you have some people calling you disingenuous. You have some people calling you a martyr. What's next?
Do you think people will continue to kneel, or do you think it's still necessary to kneel?
I don't think Eric Reed is standing anytime soon.
Right.
I think that brother's going to kneel. I think the brothers that are on the front line, Kenny Stills, and I know that there's one more. I apologize. I don't know the name offhand. I think they're going to continue to kneel, and I think that it matters. I think that it really affected the NFL, the calls to attention, people bringing light to it, and it getting into homes and affecting the money. It really caused chaos within the NFL, and they want to see it done. And this is why they brought him on. So Jay-Z may say kneeling isn't important anymore. We got to go beyond that. I hear you, but until we see you walk, I don't mind him kneeling.
Yeah, and I want to see.